Welcome to the Tupelo City Council meeting for Tuesday, May the 21st. Tonight, our invocation will be by Councilman Lynn Bryan and the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilwoman Nettie Davis. If you would, please stand.
You bow your head, please. Father, thank you for the many blessings. Keep us from harm. Guide us and teach us to be true to each other, ourselves, and thee. Amen.
Amen.
Mr. Kimber Barber, who's part of the Boy Scout troop at First Methodist, will come at Troop 12, will come and lead us in the pledge.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'll call on Councilwoman Nettie Davis to confirm or amend the agenda and the agenda order.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we will confirm, amend the agenda and the agenda order with one addition, 4.5B, proclamation recognizing Tupelo High School class of 1959.
Second.
All in favor? Proclamations, recognition, and reports agenda 4.1, recognition of Boy and Girl Scouts.
This time we just heard from Mr. Kimber Barber. Please stand. His parents are Kevin and Shannon Barber. He's sponsored by First United Methodist Church, and he's working on 2 merit badges tonight, the citizenship in the community as well as his communication merit badge, and his sponsor is Duke Loden. Sponsor is not the right word, but counselor. Okay. We'll have to work on my reading ability. Can we please give him a big round of applause?
.2, recognition of city employees.
There are none tonight.
4.3, recognition of Mr. Davy Cole for 20 years of volunteer service to the Tupelo Youth and Adult Softball Program.
If I could ask Mr. and Miss Davy Cole, please come forward at this time, and Mr. Alex Barnett. She's our court clerk, too. You never know when I might get in trouble over there. So we have 2 presentations to make here. First, I want to tell you a little bit about why doing the presentation tonight. Mr. Davy Cole has been involved in the Tupelo Softball Association since 1998. He started out as a youth recreational representative, and then after 3 years moved to vice president. In 2007, Davy took over as president of the Tupelo Softball Association and still holds that position today. He is also an umpire with Northeast Mississippi Umpire Association, where he also serves as president. He has either been an umpire or umpire coordinator for 11 ASA national tournaments over the past years and has made many friends that he still talks with today. Besides his love of the game, I think Davy has enjoyed watching his girls play softball through our program and helping design the J.T. Neely building in honor of the late J.T. Neely the most. It is my pleasure to recognize Mr. Cole tonight with this certificate and plaque recognizing him for 20 years of service with the Tupelo Softball Association. This certificate is presented to Mr. Davy Cole for your hard work, dedication, and volunteering your time to the Tupelo Softball Association. Thank you, Mr. Cole.
Speech. Well, this will be interesting. I'd just like to say thank you. I have been allowed for 20 years to be a part of a sport that I've grown to love. and honor, and I'm very proud and humbled that you've allowed me to serve and to help grow our community and reach more people through softball and bring them into our town. Thank you.
4.4, proclamation recognizing National Garden Week.
If I could at this time ask the representatives of Tupelo Garden Club to please come forward. At this time, on behalf of the Council, the Administration, and City of Tupelo, it's my honor to issue the following proclamation for National Garden Week. Whereas gardeners have a passion for nurturing the beauty and resources of the earth through planting of seeds, the care of all plants, and the riches of their efforts, gardeners seek to add beauty, splendor, fragrance, and nutrition to our lives. Whereas gardeners work to preserve our country's traditional spirit of independence and initiative through innovation and hard work, gardeners advocate the importance of all creatures, large and small, that share our world and their roles in a balanced and productive ecosystem. Whereas gardening furnishes a challenging and productive activity for our citizens and for those just learning, as well as those having years of experience. Whereas gardening promotes a healthy lifestyle that lasts a lifetime, helps reduce stress from other areas of our lives, teaches and rewards us that can come from the diligent efforts. Whereas gardening enables members of garden clubs across the nation and the globe to make a world of difference in communities such as the City of Tupelo, where they reside and work. Therefore, let it be resolved on behalf of the City of Tupelo, do hereby proclaim June 2nd through 9th, 2019 as National Garden Week in the City of Tupelo, Mississippi, to acknowledge the importance of gardening and the numerous contributions of gardeners in the Tupelo Garden Club. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I just want to tell you a few things that we have accomplished this year or in the process of accomplishing. We've planted over 22,000 daffodils in all the public spaces around Tupelo. I hope y'all have noticed how beautiful they have been this year. And with the help of a few churches, volunteers, and neighborhood associations. So it's been a good collaboration there. We've also planted pink tulip bulbs, and those have been planted at the library, the downtown Main Street, Music Band, Elvis Presley Birthplace, across town, for a total of 1,500 pink tulip bulbs. And we've also added a mileage and a direction marker at the Music Bend Trail. We have a butterfly project at the Casa Boys Club, Boys and Girls Club, and at the preschools. So that is a wonderful thing for the children because we do let live butterflies release, and they all love that. We also plant at the Sanctuary Hospice House in the flower beds there. And we also have garden therapy at Traceway. And the clients there really do appreciate that we come and just have a real fun project with them. Also, we have a junior garden club at Lawndale Elementary, which is wonderful for the children. They love to get their hands in the dirt and learn just from, just seeing that things grow. So that is very special, and we think that is a wonderful project. So that is just a few things that we have done, and it takes a lot of, all of us have worked a lot of hours, and all the members have contributed, so it's been a great year so far. So our goal really is making the city more attractive and teaching all ages to be a little bit greener. Thank you.
4.5A, proclamation recognizing George Washington Carver class of 1959.
If I could have the Miss Carver, 1959. Councilwoman Nettie Davis, please come join me at this time.
And Ollie Collins, he's
And,
still a member of
And
my class.
lead the golden voice, Mr. Ollie, if you'll come. Ollie Collins.
Come around.
Our class was bigger than this, but that's all we could gather tonight.
At this time, on behalf of the council administration and city of Tupelo, it's my privilege to issue the following proclamation for the class of 1959 from George Washington Carver High School. Whereas in the fall of 1947, a group of bright, starry-eyed children began their formal journey of learning at George Washington Carver School, and these students had well-prepared classroom teachers with priorities of training their students. Whereas these students were segregated into a school for African Americans only and missed many opportunities to experience various learning experiences, these students still received effective academic training in addition to lessons and examples of discipline, respect, and leadership. Whereas many of the students in the class of 1959 excelled in their academic careers and were actively involved in sports, music, drama, and leadership roles at Carver High School, and many of the students in the class of 1959 were also actively involved in community and church activities. Therefore, as mayor of the city of Tupelo, I do hereby proclaim this day, May 21st, 2019, as George Washington Carver Class of 1959 Day, and urge all citizens of the city of Tupelo to pause to recognize the 37 graduates from that class. I won't read all 37 of them, but we're joined here by two outstanding members today, Mr. Ollie Collins, who has been in radio and music and television, I guess for the better part of 50 or 60 years now, and our longest serving member of our Tupelo City Council, Councilwoman Nettie Davis. Thank you so much.
Could I say one thing?
Sure, of course.
I was just observing the other class from Tupelo High, and I said, now wouldn't it have been great if we could have been classmates at the same school, but it just happened that it was doing segregation. But all of us turned out, I believe, to be great citizens of this community, so thank you so much.
And Councilwoman Davis, if I could take a point of privilege that's not on the agenda while I've got the microphone. She was awarded today at the Create State of the Region event, attended by several hundred people from all over Northeast Mississippi today, the Jack Reed Senior Community Leadership Award, and they're kind enough to allow me to take this opportunity to again present and recognize Councilwoman Nettie Davis for receiving this award.
B, proclamation recognizing the Tupelo High Class of 1959.
If I could have they all, I guess my fellow Baptist from the class of 1959 on the back row.
High class.
Yeah, Councilman, do you
Tupelo
want,
High.
why don't you come help me?
What did I say? High school?
No, you said high class.
Oh, okay.
High class.
It was a high class, but Tupelo High School class.
Buddy's
I
messing
don't
you
believe
all
it was
up.
any men in that class.
Buddy's messing you all up. Did you graduate, Bud?
A little earlier.
So for, I guess, a reason that may be apparent here shortly, I'm joined by Councilman Palmer, who is my councilman, to present the following proclamation to the wonderful alumni of the Tupelo High School class of 1959. Whereas in May 1959, Tupelo High School graduated 118 young men and women who went on to do great things in our city, state, and nation. Recently, 14 graduates and their spouses recently attended their 60th reunion at the Elvis Presley birthplace here in Tupelo, Mississippi. Whereas many of those individuals have gone on to live successful lives, drawing from lessons in citizenship and leadership taught to them by classroom teachers and administrators. Whereas many of those graduates distinguished themselves in many ways, including likely the most notable nationwide being Mr. Guy Hovis of the Lawrence Welk Show. And whereas Tupelo High School remains a source of pride to these men and women. Therefore, on behalf of the City of Tupelo, Councilman Buddy Palmer, on behalf of the City Council, and I hereby proclaim May 21st, 2019 as a day of recognition for the Tupelo High School class of 1959 in the City of Tupelo, and request that all citizens join us in this observance. Thank you so much.
We've got to have our 15 minutes of fame. Hang on. But I did just want to say just a few words and how honored Mayor and the city and city council and especially that good-looking Ward 5 councilman over there. We are just thrilled to death and so honored. We're just bubbling over. We're so happy to have this proclamation for our 60th class reunion. Now that's big time, 60 years. And also when we graduated and we walked down through that stage for our diploma to be handed to us, I don't think any of us in our wildest dreams could ever imagine that we would be here in City Hall before the mayor and my husband, Buddy Palmer, to receive this award. We are so blessed, how honored we are to do this. And we're just glad to be here. Okay, Saturday night was our gathering, and we partied hardy for about 2 hours. We had a good time. When it began to get dark, we started heading toward the door. So anyway, it was wonderful. We had a wonderful time. You see these beautiful ladies here. They are the highlight of my life. And we do have some celebrities. We've got cheerleaders, we've got majorettes, we've got band members, we've got homecoming queen, and we've got drum majorette, and I was valedictorian. So put that in the minute.
Don't put that in the minute.
Anyway,
I had fun.
okay. All right, and that's all we've got to say. We're just glad to be here, and thank you so much. And we just want all you young whippersnappers to know there is life after your 60th graduation reunion.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
Ms. Palmer, we could get her to take your place. We have pretty good counsel out here, I believe. 4.6, public recognitions. We'll start with Mr. Jennings.
Okay, excuse me. Mr. Chairman, I would like to say all this excitement going on got me going. I'm gonna stand up on mine.
We're back whooping, young whippersnapper. I just want to say, my wife is not here, but today is our 47th wedding anniversary today. And I just want to say that publicly for her putting up with me for 47 years. So I just want to say that in public to let her know. I know she's watching, so I'm trying to get some points.
Mr. Palmer?
It's kind of hard for me to go after my wife, but anyhow, what I'd like to say, Mr. Chairman, is next Monday is a special day, and it's Memorial Day, and I would recommend and welcome everybody to be at Veterans Park next Monday morning at 9 o'clock, where we will honor those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our country, and it'll be a very special day. So I'd like to invite each and every one of y'all to come out next Monday at 9 o'clock. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Ms. Natty?
I have two things. I'd like to congratulate the Coalition for Concerned Citizens who recently purchased Mr. Quick old building on North Green Street, and it will be utilized for meetings and for the glory of God. And I'd like to just congratulate them on making that effort possible and utilizing a building that's kind of been sitting there empty. That will add to our community. And I mentioned on yesterday about how proud I was of the Mr. Robert Smith, the philanthropist who did a special contribution to Morehouse College to take care of all of the financial aid for the class of 2019. They'll be debt-free when they go out into the world, and I think this is just really great that he contributed to 400 plus students to make this possible. So I wanted to just lift him up today.
I don't have anything.
I have one recognition. I want to give a shout out to the Tupelo Fire Department. I've just been notified that Tupelo has won the MML Public Safety Award. That will be presented at the state MML banquet on Wednesday when we are down there. And it's primarily the result of the fire department's Lunch Buddy program. Chief Walker, shout out to you and your department. Thanks for a job well done. Now the mayor's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Some of the things were covered there. The classes, Carver and Tupelo High School of 1959, can't help me think, but we need to congratulate our current class from Tupelo High School, all the new graduates, the largest high school in the state of Mississippi, led by my lifelong friend, Principal Art Dobbs, and the great things they continue to accomplish there at Tupelo High School. We just recently had the Gumtree Festival. The weather, as sometimes is the case, didn't cooperate with us, but want to thank the Gumtree volunteers, all of the organizers, board members and participants for a great event, and also I thought he was here, Mr. Todd Hunt and everybody, the board members of the Bancorp South Arena and Conference Center. They were kind enough to allow the Gumtree, the vendors, and the different folks to move inside the arena where the show could go on, I guess as they'd say in show business. This past weekend had the Tupelo Makers Market, sponsored by the Tupelo Rocks Group, and certainly with the involvement of Tupelo Downtown Main Street Association. Just another great event downtown Tupelo to really highlight the creative class, if you will, the people that are in arts and crafts and making different things here, right here in the city of Tupelo. Wonderful to see them come together. Of course, and we mentioned Ward 5 earlier, but Ward 5, or Elvis Presley Heights, named after our most famous native son, Elvis Presley. The largest festival that we have each year. The Elvis Presley Festival will be coming up June 5th through 9th. We will have people here from literally all over the world. We've got special guests coming from Norway and Germany and Austria and different places. So I know Debbie and the Blue Team have worked extremely hard and will continue to work hard, but we anticipate another great Elvis Festival. It will be headlined by local favorite Paul Thorne this year. Councilman Palmer mentioned the Memorial Day program at Veterans Park. I would just add that the keynote speaker there will be General Trent Kelly, who happens to also be Congressman Trent Kelly, will bring special remarks that morning. We have a new program, and did this a little bit with myself in mind, as my clothes are starting to not fit as well. We are beginning at the end of this month the Mayor's Walk a Mile Challenge at City Hall. This is mainly for City Hall employees, but we're encouraging all city employees to participate, and we'll be talking with the department head soon, but mainly to encourage employees here at City Hall to use their breaks and slow times to walk a mile, or at least anywhere between 3 minutes to 20 minutes each day as part of our initiative to become a healthier city. Again, would like to thank, or congratulate rather, Councilwoman Davis on being recognized today with the Jack Reed Senior Leadership Award. That's just outstanding recognition of her involvement in our community, and congratulations. And that would conclude my mayor's report at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Shelton. At this time, we will close the regular meeting and open the public agenda. 5.1, public hearings. 5.1A, public hearing regarding a cap loan program for the purpose of completing capital improvements. Anyone here to speak for that? 5.1B, public hearing regarding the lot mowing list. Is anyone here speak to the lot mowing? 5.2, citizens hearings. We have none tonight. At this time, we'll close the public agenda and open the regular session. 6, action agenda. 6.1, review, approve, reject contract for Phase 2 Master Plan Services, which is moved up on May the 7th, 2019.
Make a motion, we table. Second.
Motion by Councilman Whittington, second by Councilman Mike Bryan. All in favor? We'll table that item, 6.1. 6.2, review, approve, reject order closing and vacating a portion of Ryle Drive.
Make a motion, we approve the order.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Whittington, second by Councilman Palmer. Is any discussion? All in favor? That will conclude the action agenda. We will now go to the routine agenda. 7.1, review, approve, reject minutes of the May 5th, 2019 regular city council meeting.
Mr. President, I would move to review and approve, reject the minutes of May 5th, 2019 regular city council meeting.
A motion by Councilman Jennings, second by Councilman Palmer. All in favor? 7.2, review, accept, reject request of the Tupelo Housing Authority to reappoint Tillman Calvert to serve a 5-year term.
So moved.
Motion by Councilwoman Davis, second by Councilman Mike Bryan. Mayor, you want to say anything about this appointment?
Well, everyone, I think, would know Mr. Calvert. He has been on the Housing Authority for some time now. This is a request to the authority to reappoint him. This will leave one opening yet to be filled, but Mr. Calvert is very involved in the community, has served remarkably well on the Housing Authority, and would respectfully request the confirmation of his nomination at this time.
All in favor? 7.3, review, approve, reject advertising and promotional expense list.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Whittington, second by Councilman Palmer. The expense list today includes Memorial Day expense to the Tupelo Daily Journal, Reader's Choice Awards, half a page for the North Mississippi Daily Journal, Tupelo Traveler, half a page brochure, the high school and college football, Northeast Mississippi Daily Journal, Lee County Courier for a graduation quarter page and Memorial Day page, and the Mississippi Radio Group for the July the 4th package. So all in favor of approving those expenses? 7.4, review and pay bills.
I move we pay the bills.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Palmer, second by Councilman Jennings. The bills were paid tonight by Councilman Palmer, Councilman Whittington, Councilman Lynn Bryan, Councilman Willie Jennings, and myself. And Mr. Timmons and Mrs. Shelton oversaw the payment of the bills. So, all in favor? 7.5, review, approve, reject the proposed budget calendar for fiscal year 2020.
I move that we would approve the proposed budget calendar for fiscal year 2020.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Davis, second by Councilman Whittington. This is just a proposed calendar that meets all the deadlines from the state, and it goes from May through October 1, and kind of keep us on schedule for holding the budget and the meeting. So all in favor? 7.6, review, approve, reject FY 2019 budget revision number 7.
I move that we approve this budget revision.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Palmer, second by Councilman Whittington. Kim, would you mind sharing a little bit of information on that?
I would be happy to. Thank you. This is budget amendment number 7. We are asking to amend one fund, and that's the Capital and Infrastructure Fund. We're asking to allow us to spend $101,250 that was approved for the sale of tractors that we have now received, and we're asking to upgrade those tractors that were sold. We're also asking for sidewalk projects to be funded with $18,750 of sidewalk mitigation funds that we are holding. And so this is at no additional cost to the general fund, but we are asking to use these for capital projects and equipment.
Thank you. All in favor? 7.7, review, approve, reject request of approval to open 2 new bank accounts at Trustmark Bank.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Whittington, second by Councilman Jennings.
Both of these bank accounts that we're asking to open will be at Trustmark at the same interest rate. We are asking to open these to hold bond proceeds until the expenditures are complete, but these will hold bond funds and keep them separate from other funds.
All in favor?
Thank you.
7.8.
Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Is one of these out of order? 7.3? We got 2 7.3s, and I don't
One
see
is probably a revision.
about the police or some art, 7.3. I don't see it on the regular agenda,
It's
but I got a,
advertising and promotion.
then we got another 7.3.
I think I failed to read that, Mr. Jennings.
But it's not on this agenda. It's not on this.
It's on advertising and promotional expense about the police.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yes, sir. It's on that list.
No? Okay.
We good?
You had two, yeah, okay, I got you.
We okay?
Well, when you get a certain age, it happens.
I'm there.
Okay.
7.8, review, approve, reject the cap loan program for the purpose of completing capital improvements identified as the purchase of a technology-intensive facility.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Whittington, second by Councilwoman Davis. Mrs. Kim, would you address that one as well?
I sure will. This is an application for the purchase of a building that the plan is to lease. The lease will cover the cap loan. It will actually exceed the cap loan, but we are looking at a 15-year cap loan not to exceed $2 million, and it will be at a 3% interest rate.
Any question? All in favor? 7.9, review, approve, reject the request to revise the employee policies and procedures handbook as listed on memorandum dated May 16, 2019.
I move that we would approve the request to revise employee policies, and that would be page 3, page 34, and page 54.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Davis, second by Councilman Whittington. Mr. Logan, would you?
I believe that these deal with the acknowledgement page that changes the web link that employees can view and acknowledge the new employee handbook. It also deals with the addition of grandparents of spouses as persons that can be visited for bereavement leave or for bereavement leave. And then it amends a section that was in our old one that we didn't catch when we redid it, that allowed you to donate sick leave to a family member of another employee that had a catastrophic illness. You cannot donate to yourself for that. You have to burn that up. So we eliminated that. So so everything tracks as far as those benefits and how they're to be used when you take certain types of leave.
All in favor? 7.10, review, approve, reject the resolution appointing Mississippi Municipal League 2019 voting delegates for the city of Tupelo, Mississippi.
I move we approve this resolution.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Palmer, second by Councilman Whittington. The voting delegates that we're recommending are Ms. Nettie Davis, Councilwoman, and I will serve as the first alternate, and Mr. Buddy Palmer would be a third alternate if needed. All in favor? 7.11, review, approve, reject change order for the Tupelo SRF FY14 sewer system improvement project.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Whittington, second by Councilman Jennings. Mr. Timmons, I think that's you. Good news, I hope.
Believe it or not, tonight you're going to vote on the last contract of the newly annexed areas, which y'all have signed off on $26 million worth of work since 2013. So this is actually an increase, change order. We had a section in the Mount Vernon community where we were actually designed out in the field, and we had to move the line into the street, so that drove the cost up to $17,136.
All in favor? Thank you. 7.12, review, accept, reject minutes of the May 6, 2019 Planning Committee meeting.
I move we accept these minutes.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Palmer, second by Councilwoman Davis. All in favor? 7.13, review, approve, reject the final lot mowing list of May 21, 2019.
Make a motion, we approve.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Whittington, second by Councilman Palmer. All in favor?
Mr.
Yes.
I got a question.
All right.
I guess who would, Chuck? You in the lot mowing, right? Yes, sir. Okay. Do y'all do any advertising letting the people know that it's time to start, code enforcement? That wouldn't be
No,
on
sir.
you.
No, all we do is mow it when they send it down.
Okay. Well, that's
Pat.
Pat. And I guess the question would be, do y'all normally let the people know, the public know that it's time to start code enforcement on lot mowing?
No, sir, those laws are in effect year-round, and we expect the public to understand when the grass grows, they cut it.
Now, the next question would be, do you think we need to notify the public? Somebody answer that question. Let them know that it is time. I know they're supposed to know, but would you think, Don, would you think that would be, that we need to do that, notify the public that it is?
Whatever the council's wishes, we'd be glad to do, but as Pat says, it's a year-round, so if we have trouble even in the winter, we could actually go and put notice.
So y'all don't think it?
No, sir, I personally don't, but whatever the council's wishes.
No, I don't want to I just want to make sure that, because that is.
Mayor?
We could perhaps recruit Leisha in the spring, because I believe I understand what Mr. Jennings is saying.
Just the first initial.
It becomes an issue every spring and early into the summer. I think it would be possible to, with the help of our friends in the media, to do kind of a media blitz, more of a public service announcement each spring. We could certainly work on that.
Okay, thanks.
We voted.
That's all.
All in favor? 7.14, review, approve, reject memorandum of request to accept the donation of a 1997 Ford F-15 truck to the city of Tupelo for the use of the Downtown Main Street Association.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Lynn Bryan, second by Councilman Jennings. All in favor? Study agenda, there are no items. Executive session, item 9. Ben, the need to determine the need for
Yes, we could
executive
get a
session.
motion to determine the need.
I move that we would determine the need for executive session.
Motion by Councilwoman Davis, second by Councilman Whittington to determine the need.
This matter has come up earlier this spring regarding a lot that borders some public property, and there's a claim on that, and there's a request to resolve that as in the nature of a claim or litigation, possible litigation. And that is a proper matter for executive session.
Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Whittington, second by Councilman Palmer. All in favor?
HealthWorks explains the science behind health. And when you can see children understanding the science behind something, that light bulb goes off, you realize that what you're teaching, they're understanding, and that's what makes the difference. When that parent or grandparent comes up to you after the class and says, I learned something today. I needed to be here today to hear this lesson or to hear this message. This is great.
We have 7 or 8 behaviors in this country that drive 30 or 40% of our total health care costs, and they're all behaviors that are preventable. And we don't have any primary prevention strategy to address those behaviors. And HealthWorks is a primary prevention strategy. I think that's vitally important. I've lived in a lot of places, and I've never lived in a place like this where the community came together over an idea and then made it happen.
My dad was on the first trip to South Bend when the whole idea of something like this coming to Tupelo, and when I came back, said, we could do something like that. We could even do something better than that. Personally, when I was mayor, we used HealthWorks when we applied for the healthiest city in Mississippi. Then we went to All-America City in Kansas City, and we used HealthWorks as part of our application. We became an All-America City again. It's been really important to me to see its success and how many children we've been able to help get started on the right way. So if our community is going to be successful in addressing those issues, HealthWorks needs to stay healthy.
HealthWorks is the absolute inspiration for the work that I'm doing for my career. And I describe them as a public health organization that actually meets the needs of their community. And that means that they don't just listen to what they should be doing, as public health would tell them. They actually listen to the community and listen to what their needs are and meet those needs at the root cause and to give the community what it's looking for.
The connection with HealthWorks has been very important to us over the years. HealthWorks does have data that the programs are working. Through their pre and post surveys, they can show that our students have gained knowledge through the activities that they have participated in. As an administrator responsible for K-12 students, HealthWorks is very beneficial in offering different programs to meet the various different competencies that we're required to teach in our health curriculum.
I have been using HealthWorks almost since the day that they started. I have seen them add to our community in many ways. I've seen it with my children and my students because it provides for them a place where they can learn about being healthy. They can learn about their body. They can learn about science, and it's in a fun way where they don't even know they're learning about science. HealthWorks is a place to where the whole child is taught. It provides kinesthetic learning. It provides auditory, visual learning. So children with any learning style can benefit from it, and they don't feel excluded. They get a full, rounded educational experience.
We say in the classroom at schools that learning can be fun. Well, here learning is fun every day, and it's so exciting to see that. We get a lot of feedback from teachers that what we're doing works, because not only do you see it in the kids' eyes, but you see it in the teachers' eyes also, and see them nodding and smiling like, hey, we're all getting this together. This is what I did in the classroom, and thank goodness.
HealthWorks is great at educating children in a non-traditional way. I think that is the very best thing that HealthWorks does. We actually get the children up and they're moving about, they're doing a lot of physical activity, there's dancing involved, so things that you don't normally get to do in the classroom, you can do them here at HealthWorks. I love to see the children learning, I love to see the moment when the light bulb goes off, but at HealthWorks, we get it. It's teaching children how to advocate for their own health, it's teaching children how to have a healthy lifestyle.
And you could tell that a lot of smart people came together to talk about what is it that we want to accomplish here. And so, everything seems very intentional, very well planned. There's a lot of detail that has been attended to. I think that, you are able to reach the entire community. So not only the children, but their parents. And so in the same way, when the children are here learning, the parents are picking up as well. By having programs on the weekends, programs at night, programs that are aimed at different age groups, we're very specific here, and I think that's really special. To see that kind of dedication instead of like, well, here's this really pretty building, and we'll do some nice things, come if you can. Now, it's really integrated, I think, into the fabric of Tupelo life. I love the innovation. I love the dedication to excellence that we see in here. Our children deserve a place like that.
We are going to have to call on the community to continue to support it in order to sustain the programs and the facility, and it's just an expensive operation. But when you think that we are in one of the poorest states with the poorest statistics about health and wellness in the nation, how can we not support this? How can we not attempt to make this something that will change health outcomes in among our population? Tupelo has a history of stepping up, rising to the occasion, and they certainly did that with HealthWorks. The people it was a community-based effort. It was more than just a few large donors giving to HealthWorks. This was supported across the board at so many giving levels. That will enable us to continue to provide the programs that we have now, expand on those programs, and expand them to other areas in the state. To have a facility like HealthWorks in a community with a population of 36,000 as Tupelo does, is really a gift to the community. To be able to have our children, our school children, exposed to learning in a fun, stimulating way as they are here, and learning things that that will improve their quality of life for generations is really an enormous benefit to this community.